Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Lady Nyca, and with a review of last night's have and have nots. I have the season and the title of the episode in my title, but let's just get into a little bit of what went on last night. And before I do, thank you to everybody who has supported the merchandise line, as well as those who have joined me yesterday in the quick little live I did. I appreciate everybody coming over and joining in the conversation. Child, my throat hurt. I don't know why, but it is. Anyway, thank y'all for watching the live. Thank you for those of you who were in the live with me. And for those of you who have supported the merchandise line already, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And as I said, all proceeds will be going toward upgrades to the channel. It's not gonna be for my personal use. I'm doing this in effort to try to build my channel, and in order to get some, I'm offering something. So please check out the Teespring line. I will have the link down in the description box below the title. And you can go over and check it out, see what it is that you like, and make a purchase today. And I thank you in advance for your support. Now, moving into the review. I didn't write notes last night. I just simply watched the show, and I'm going to try to go off the dome with this. If I happen to leave anything out, you guys know we can always continue the conversation down in the panel section, okay? So we open up with down to the hospital. Remember, last week, David went down with Madison to make a positive ID of the young man that was killed. That at this point, we're still thinking is Jeffrey, right? Child, you know, we saw David breaking it down, baby, and I could only imagine, because if that was one of my eggs, I feel the same way. But when they take the cover off the young man's head, he is relieved, but he's angry. Relieved that that's not his child laying there. Angry that Madison put his, called him and got him up in an uproar and afraid, believing that his son was gone. So after he identifies the body as not being that of Jeffrey Harrington, he then comes from Madison. Madison is saying, well, I apologize. We got a call, and it was from the address that Jeffrey gave me as to where Justin lives. And then Keisha, y'all know his homegirl Keisha came up, and she was like, it wasn't the address, it was the one it's the building next door. So at this point now, David is livid, because you done got my blood pressure and my heart rate up for absolutely nothing. Madison, you fired. He walks away. Of course, Madison is feeling regret, and he's relieved. So he just breaks down crying in Keisha's arms. Then, over at the apartment that Veronica went to, Jeffrey opened the damn door. Now, she said, my son isn't dead. But I know it was a relief to see that, here you go, he's not dead. So, she's telling him to, come on, let's go. Now, at first he said no, but then he ended up saying yes, because the only reason why he said no was because Justin was standing there talking about don't go. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna stay here, especially with you pulling guns up to my head, and there are only blanks in it. So he gets mad, brush past Veronica, and he leaves. Veronica is now going at it with Justin. He done called her a bitch, and told her won't she go some damn well. She told him, little fairy, figure it out for yourself, but stay the hell away from my son. Now, some kind of way, when Veronica came over there, she ended up parking her car in front of Jeffrey's car, and she ended up parking the car. The way she parked it, she was not just blocking Jeffrey, she was blocking this little white lady, right? Miss White Lady out there saying, as Jeffrey walking to the car, Veronica is steady cutting his car off or locking the door, because she got one of the automatic locks for the car too. So, old girl is saying she wants the car to be removed. Veronica is so busy in Jeffrey's ass about being there and how dangerous this boy is, and the fact that we all know Veronica is extremely homophobic, okay? But even through her homophobe, I would agree with her. Stay the hell away from old Justin. Old girl saying move my car. Veronica said, bitch, I'm talking to my son. So old girl said, well, I'll go get security. She told her, well, you go run do that. Guess who security at the hotel, other place is? None other than Justin. He gets a chance. He can live there in an apartment for free, provided he provides security for, I guess, the community, right? So, child, he comes up and gets to telling her she needs to move her car. Of course, she ain't paying him no attention. She's still arguing with Jeffrey. Girl, do you know Justin ended up slapping Veronica? Because she kept calling them girl, pushing Jeffrey to stay away from him, and saying she'll move the car when she moved the car. Next thing I know, he done slapped her side of her face. And it took Jeffrey a minute. I think partly because of how she treats him, and because he probably was shocked for a minute. You know, sometimes everybody don't move quickly. Now, he just had this man playing with a gun upside his damn head, and now his mama out here berating him and working on his nerve when all he want to do is just leave. Child, but he did eventually start working on Justin. You saw him push Justin off of Veronica, and then Jeffrey and Veronica was whooping his ass. Really, Veronica was, baby. She was working them heels while she was still holding on to him and busting him side his shit with that bag. It gets to a point where they into it so hard. Justin and Jeffrey, they wrestling around because Jeffrey then attacked him for hitting his mama. Veronica, she's holding on, trying to get Justin off of Jeffrey. She busting him with the bag and kicking him and everything. Old girl, Miss White Girl, she done got so nervous because they done brought this here Negro shit to their community. Her ass has gone out to call the real police. So they still out there arguing. Up comes David. He breaks it up. Veronica is saying he hit me and Jeffrey took up for me. And for some reason, because she seemed to forgot David's entire back is burnt up by the hands of her doings, she is mad now, saying that she don't matter because nobody's trying to beat the hell out of Justin. She gets so damn mad that nobody in her mind is defending her. She sends out a threat. You gonna regret you touched me, boy. She got in her car and she left. David tells Justin, shut the fuck up. And Jeffrey just gets in his car to leave. So Jeffrey goes home to see a Madison sitting outside the house. And Madison is like, why are you here? Your father fired me because I thought the address of the gunshot victims that were called into the hospital was the address of Justin, and I called him. I just, I need to get a couple of my things, but I'm trying to get my stuff and I'm out. So Jeffrey allows him in the house to go get his stuff. But he also tells him, it could have been me. He pulled a gun up to my head with blanks in it. So now Madison is even more so concerned because this feeds into what he's already been saying, which is that Justin is unstable and he crazy. But Jeffrey not trying to hear any advice from that person at all. He ain't trying to hear no advice from his dad because in the book of his mind, he'll leave Justin alone as soon as he leaves his mother alone. Then we got the old boy from the state's attorney general's office that's there in Savannah to cause problems for Candace and President-elect Charles, right? He done met up with the attorney general, showing him all the evidence that he has pulled from surveillance down to the artesian, showing that President-elect has been seeing Candace and that Candace is a lady of the night. Okay? He also has surveillance footage showing that Jim Cryer was down to the building, which piques the Attorney General's interest. He want to meet up with Jim. He say Jim his type of person. Baby, I'm telling you, I think he liked Jim because Jim was, Jim is just like them. Then they brought up the fact that, he's a retired judge, ran for governor, got shamed because his mistress came out, and guess who his mistress is? Candace Young. So that intrigues Mr. Attorney General even more so. He want a secret meeting with old Jim Cryer and tells old boy make it happen, despite old boy saying that he don't think that would be a good idea. They finna plot to try to take Candace down and mess up Charles' presidency before it can even begin. But we see Charles and Candace arriving at Charles's house where he live in. And those artworks on the wall were absolutely beautiful. It lightened up the entire place. Candace was attracted to it, and so was I. Basically, he just wanted to he wanted to be reassured about her that she there. She there for the long road, even when it gets hard. And she lets him know, as long as you got me, I got you. But he don't tell her that he's aware that these people have dug up her background and planning on exposing her. But I think Chucky is about to make appearance on this season. I really do. Then we got, let me see where else we're going to go with this Wyatt old female ass. RK shows back up with Catherine's car. He's talking to Wyatt from the balcony. Wyatt want him to throw him the drugs and he'll throw him some money. He said, no, it don't work like that. So then he says to RK, I give you a $6,000 bracelet for what you got. Well, give it to me then. He goes into his mother's jewelry case and steals her watch and gives it to RK for what looked like a small Ziploc sandwich bag full of cocaine. He wants more. RK say, you want more? Give me more jewelry. Okay. At first, he wasn't going to give him anything because he was like, let's come outside. Let me talk to you. Oh, you don't want to come inside? You don't want to come outside? I'm going to knock on the door. So he knocked on the door. And of course, Wyatt is trying to make it to the door to beat Jim and Catherine from knowing that the dope dealer then brought him some dope. Okay. But Jim answers the door, and basically he's scolding RK for taking the car and Wyatt for giving him the keys. Then Wyatt ends up getting the money, and he's getting the dope, giving Catherine's bracelet, and he say he gonna get some more jewelry so that RK can get him more dope. Okay, this dude here, I know I don't see it for Wyatt, and I told you he could have died in the hotel. But here's the thing, child, Wyatt know he can play the hell out of crackhead, can't he? Child, he can play the hell out of old nasty piece of crackhead, he sure can. So, anyway, he gets his dope or whatnot, and he's settled in his spirit. And then, you got, I'm trying to see which way I'm going to go with this from there. RK's back at the bar. The little henchman for the state's attorney general is hitting on him, claiming like he a big freak, and that he got 10 grand that he want to spend. But it's got to be RK, Rocco, and one of the hooks. He gets Broderick, who is so caught up in his feelings because he's afraid that his, London Bridge is falling down, because remember last week he had a conversation with the Attorney General dude, and old boy let him know that he know about his immigration status, and he was threatening him to get the surveillance footage so that he can build his case against Candace and the president-elect. And so he's afraid everything's going to fall apart for him. But he agrees to watch the bar area so that Rocky and RK can basically rob this man of his money. See, greed is one thing. Greed was going to take RK, Rocky, and everybody else out. Child, a miss. So they planning on trying to rob old boy in the hotel room like they've been doing this entire little prostitution ring down to the hotel. Baby, Miss Veronica is mad. You done touched her She go to the police station claiming she got a bruise on her face that nobody can see, and she wants to have Justin brought in. The first guy, he was a rookie, and he did not want to really cooperate, but he went and got somebody, which I'm assuming was probably the chief of police. Veronica shows that she has a standing restraining order against him, and she tells him that the man has accosted her, so she wants him brought in. And apparently Veronica got a little pulled because that chief said okay and said they were going to be brought in. He was going to go and arrest him. Honey, Veronica got on that phone and she called her henchmen and told them, I need you to get arrested and I want you to go to jail because it's a little piece of sweet meat finna come through him. And I need him raped and maimed, and it's $5,000 if you do it. So the dude on the other end must have said he was going to do it, and he was all right with it just being $5,000. I think he got a split with more than just him. Honey, he finna get arrested so he can meet Jeffrey down to the jail. Jim calls the bank trying to get $75,000. Come to find out, Jim ain't got no damn money. He got $3,400 in his account. And Lloyd down at the bank say that he can't get no money out of Catherine's account without her permission. So he has to talk to Catherine to get the money. And he's telling her we need $75,000 cash today, or our son is going to be, we're going to have to see him at the crossroads just like we got to do with Amanda. She calls down to the bank and agrees, tells Lloyd to release the $75,000, warns Jim this better be for Wyatt, and walks away. Child, how the hell Jim ain't got but $3,400? You been playing games and tricking off that much? Because from what it sounds like, Catherine got big buku money. Why you ain't got buku? You mean tell me you with this woman all this time, you ain't put no stash aside or nothing? Especially knowing you ain't really love her in the beginning. Anyway, it was all about the coins. You mean tell me you ain't got but $3,400? She found that shit hilarious too, that he ain't have $75,000. But she released the money and whatnot. And let me see if I left anything out. Child, I think that pretty much was it. We ended with Veronica at the police station calling, getting old boy set up to be hurt once they bring him in. Next week, we're going to see him arrest Jeffrey, bring him to the station. And right after that, we're going to see the dudes that she told to get arrested so they could meet him at the jail and do something strange to him. And look like they're going to try to. Child, yes ma'am. Yes, ma'am, honey. It was pretty good. It slowed down a little bit last night for me, and I needed it too. So that was it. That was all. If I left anything out, which I could have very well have done because I didn't take notes and I'm going off of memory. If I left anything out that you feel is important, please drop it in the panic section below, and the conversations always continue down there. Also, check the description box below the title. You will find all of my links where you can either be a blessing to me by hitting my Teespring line, or you can follow me on all of my platforms that I have available that I do content on. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on these YT streets. Comment down below in the panic section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about what happened on last night's episode. And if I left anything out you want to discuss, drop it also down below. If you have not become a love thing for the free 99, please hit your subscribe button today and become one, honey. Also tap your notification bell button so that each and every time that I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you will be notified and you can come over and join in the conversation. I will see you guys back on tomorrow, if not today. And if I come back today, I won't see you guys again until Saturday. Friday is my date with Ben. For those of you who've been with me a minute, you know what that means. So I'm going to have to take a little break, but I'll be back. Again, thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you from all of my current subscribers. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. And we're going to make it happen in 2019. Have a great remainder to your Wednesday. See you on the next upload.